When you're out hunting and you think you've shot a nice tasty deer, but it turns out to be the King of England. Aw, This is the story of William II of England. He was actually taken out during a hunting accident. Where have I heard that before? These circumstances are unclear though, so right, an accident. Britain standing alone against Germany after the fall of France. Just don't let them see Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and India all holding them up. They do like to kind of gloss over the fact that it wasn't just them. Napoleon saying that if Alexander I were a woman, he would make him his mistress, his wife Josephine. Well, that was weird. Like, how was she supposed to feel about this, Napoleon? Why would you even say that? I don't even care what Alexander I is. If he was alive today, he's become my mistress too. Wait, are we talking about the same Alexander? Hold up. Oh, I was more thinking Alexander the Great. Everyone thanking the USA, UK, and the USSR for defeating the Axis. All the while, little India, nobody paying attention to them. When they fought on all fronts, gave the Allies the largest amount of volunteers in history, yet wasn't recognized for contributions to the war. Once again, those British colonies not getting the credit they deserve. The Catholic Church shaking Dante's hand for writing a fan fiction about Christianity. Don't let your dreams be dreams, fan fiction artists. Even you can create something so great it's considered canon. Congrats, you bullied a furry. Here's your medal. Damn, this guy's good at bullying those furries, I guess. He did it so well, he became head of the Soviet army. Me, after Netflix recommends me The Rise of Empires Ottoman, after watching Kings and Generals videos on the sack of Constantinople 1204. What the hell did I even just read? But, okay, let's see why that'd be a strange combination. The Germans starting to build a navy. The British. Oh, I like that. This works a little too good because they're showing a boat catalog here. Caribbean natives giving pineapples to European aristocrats. Ooh, again, I like that. That's literally all history is. It's just some people showing other people some different things. And those other people are like, whoa, this is awesome. The British saying the Ohio River Valley belongs to them. The French saying the same exact thing. All the while, the Midwestern indigenous tribes that had lived there for thousands of years. Right, it belongs to you guys. Weird thing is it ended up in none of these people's hands, did it? Filter reviewing the degenerate art exhibit despite knowing damn well he couldn't paint any better. Derivative BS. Wait, do we know? Did he just start posting his OG paintings all over Germany at that time since he was like leading the country? Did he force everyone to just like love his old artwork from back in the day? It'd be like if Kanye became president and just forced us to listen to nothing but his songs all the time. Wait, but Kanye got some good stuff though, so I don't know if that really works. Mathematicians writing is equal to at the end of their calculations, while this guy named Robert drawing two parallel lines creating the equal symbol. Yeah, that seems a lot better. Oh yeah, I made a joke about this earlier. Imagine all those 60-second quizzes that they made you do in math in elementary school. But every time you had to answer 2 + 2, you had to put is equal to 2. That's just confusing. Like, everyone would fail that. Those are some nice windows you got there. Be a shame if someone put a freaking tax on them. Oh, did someone say tax? Yeah, remove the windows immediately. I haven't paid those since 2002. I gotta stop saying that, actually. My FBI guy's probably watching this. He's heard that joke one too many times. Me finding out Cleopatra was a descendant of a Greek family and not a Egyptian. I feel like we've talked about that enough where it shouldn't be too surprising to most people. Cleopatra might grow either way though. An opinion article by The Independent. France and Italy's rising tensions are as high as WW2. Should we be worried? Considering how useless both countries were in WW2, no. Oof. Tom, this is disturbing, but absolutely correct. My emperor, I'm afraid Rome is perished. What? What do you mean? It just ate from my hands 20 minutes ago. My emperor, I am talking about the city Rome, not your pet Rome. I'm not gonna say that. News just arrived. Oh, thank God. You had me worried there for a moment. How would I live without my Okay, this man just wants to keep his chicken safe. He doesn't care about his empire. I understand that too. Switzerland, when every country they border is at war with each other. This is fine. Switzerland in November 1847 when Europe was in relative peace. This is hell. This was actually an internal conflict that took place inside of Switzerland. It was actually the last time that Switzerland actually went to battle. I've done a lot of research on the history of Switzerland. For the most part, the Swiss only go to war with each other. They don't go after anyone else, though. They're also more than willing to send mercenaries to help out other countries, but they won't really get involved themselves. On Thursday, November 24th, we are having Day. Please have your kids dress up as a dancer, hockey player, video player, teacher, other things that end in Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. No, this is not how you're supposed to play the game. I guarantee you they literally never had this day ever again. This kid ruined it for everyone. What parent thought this was okay? That's just what I want to know. I'm the worst year in human history, says 1349. No, I'm the worst year in human history, 1862. Amateurs. What was that, punk? 536 AD. Amateurs. Gonna pretend like I know exactly what they're talking about in these years. I guess this was the beginning of an Icelandic volcano eruption. Dimming the sun for 18 months, summer temperatures also dropped by a whole 1 degree or 2 degrees Celsius. And it wasn't exactly the year itself that was horrible, it was the beginning of something really, really bad to come. We also have the coldest decade on record in 2,000 years, crops failing, second volcanic eruption 5 years later, and then this Justinian bubonic plague happening, which like destroyed half of Rome's population. So this was just the beginning of something really, really horrible. This year was just the Black Death, which was also pretty bad, and 1862, I'm assuming that's like no USA versus USA. Either way, they were all worse than 2020. Man, those memes sucked, 2020 being the worst year ever. You literally don't even have to go that far back to find a way worse year, to be honest. Ottoman Empire has been in perpetual decline for over a century, to the point of being known as the sick man of Europe. Germany, want to help in WW1? Let's get this bread. What a true homie right there, though. Literally on the verge of no longer existing, and they still pulled up. Like, what a way for the Ottomans to go down, though. They were alive for centuries, and they got to finish it all off in the biggest battle at that time ever. Can't think of a more climactic ending. Penelope, I wonder what treacherous and terrible dangers my husband must be facing to return home. Meanwhile, Odysseus. Oh yeah, honey, it was horrible. I did so much for you, baby, to get back here. Didn't he stay here for like 20 years, too, just chilling? It's like the longest part of his journey right there. People be like, why is it called WW2? It was only in Europe. Does this look like only Europe to you? You can literally count the number of neutral powers on your fingers. Actually, when you put it like this, though, it really shows you how one-sided it all was. I mean, kind of. All of Africa was basically under the control of like 2 or 3 nations, and they still did like a crazy amount of damage, just these blue guys. Winter 1941, USSR is swole doge. Winter 1991, literally 50 years later, yeah, they were not having a good time anymore. Crazy how fast things can change. The entire world, probably. A Soviet submarine almost firing a nuclear torpedo, thinking a nuclear war between the US and USSR had already begun. This man out of nowhere saving the day. We all should know about this guy. And then who was the other one? Vladimir Stanislav Petrov. That's right, yes. At first, I forgot that there were 2 different stories of this, but they are both Soviets. I got confused about that. Lectures of professional historians available for free on YouTube. Getting no attention as the non-historians doing history videos on YouTube with bad accuracy. This is why I gotta just stick with the memes. I mean, I think the non-historians doing history videos do a really good job at pulling people into the subject. It's just very important that the audience realizes that maybe all of this shouldn't be considered as 100% the truth and they should do their own research. Then they can dive into the professional historians. The problem arises, though, when like you consider everything they say as fact. Vietnam's president, quoting the U.S. Declaration of Independence in his proclamation of independence on September 2nd, 1945, how the Vietnamese thought the US would react. I like you, kid. Join my team. How US actually reacted. I'm gonna sue you for copyright infringement. And by sue, I mean invade and occupy your country for a decade. Hey, I mean, Vietnam got the last laugh, so it's alright, I guess. WW1 soldier leaves his post due to suffering from severe PTSD and psychological issues relating to the shell shock. Captains who sit in their trench bunkers all day looking at maps. Nonsense. He's a hound and a rudder, and he is to be shot. This is like literally me playing strategy games. How dare my unit not destroy their entire division? You're an archaeologist in the 70s. You're on an excavation in Iraq. You find a 2,500-year-old tablet with text on it. It's a yo mama joke. The world just can't get enough of those, can they? We need more for the archives. This tablet was from Babylon, and it was saying something about your mother. You finally meet your future husband and soon to be King of England. He takes one look at you and calls for a glass of brandy. Oof. Yes, this is the story of Charlotte of Brunswick and the Prince of Wales, later George IV. Man, what a start to a beautiful relationship. Ruin a first date in 4 words. Rome deserved to fall. No lady will ever want you if you say these words. I've tried many times, it never works. The Dutch flooding parts of their country so France can't conquer it. It freezes. Ooh. Did the French also bring their ice skates? That'd be a fun little battle going on. I don't know how to ice skate, but I would just try my best to go as fast as possible at one of them with my bayonet just extended. I guess a spear would have been better. What about Yorktown? We already sank it, says Imperial Japan. You sank one, yes. What about Second Yorktown? What does Japan know about Second Yorktown? Nothing. Just about as much as Second Breakfast. Do not cross the Appalachian Mountains, says the British Parliament. American colonists, fine. I won't. British Parliament leaves, and oh yeah, they're about to cross the Appalachian Mountains. Can't tell them Americans what to do. 1992, Euro Disney opens near Paris, is called Cultural Chernobyl by intellectuals. That is quite the insult. Europeans, oh my goodness, that's disgusting. Where? How is Disney Paris doing? Does it get a lot of tourists? I don't know anything about the numbers over there. Is it worth going if you've been to Disneyland or Disney World? Scotland says, I've been oppressed by the English the most. Ireland, no, I have. Amateur Riyadh. What was that, punk? Is this what they say in Wales? Wales believes they are the most oppressed. I think they kind of are, since, again, they're not even being represented in the Union Jack, so that automatically makes it true. Germany, Stalin, as you already know, we have your son in a camp. Let's discuss prisoner exchange. Stalin, pathetic. I love the time that I actually had to look up, so whatever happened to Stalin's son after he said that? It was like, obviously, the French populace literally not having enough to eat, all the while the Palace of Versailles is dancing and partying away. I see way too many heads in this shot still attached to their bodies. Be a shame if someone removed them. Holy Roman Empire, you always act like you're better than me. Byzantine Empire, I've never seen it spelled with an S. I am better than you. I don't think we can argue with that, but HRE was fun. You gotta admit, it was fun. Like, what a weird little thing they was doing. At least they like to live life dangerously. It's 395, you're in decline, they say to Byzantium. It's 50-50, still in decline. 1717, you're in decline. 1025, you're in decline. I mean, he was right eventually. It was just like 300 years off. Just keep saying it. Eventually, you'll get it right there, buddy. Literal continents or worthless islands. Britain not being able to make a choice. Well, I mean, to be fair, they had literal continents for a little bit there, and they lost all that, so they're kind of forced to go with this button. Capitalism being sniffed by the Chinese Communist Party, all the while the Soviet Union is raging. Yeah, you weren't really supposed to do that, man. I guess it worked out for them better than the Soviets, though. U.S. Army psychological operations. Play a tape with spooky ghost noises. Viet Cong guerrilla fighters hiding in the bushes. Run away! Is this true? Did that actually work? I've never heard this before. This is actually the tape? Does sound pretty creepy, not gonna lie. Dang, that's messed up. You'd think they'd be able to win with just this tactic alone. Did they not have enough, like, speakers to pass around everybody? I think they were too busy blasting Fortunate Son from all the helicopters. All of you get out! Paintings depicting living figures. Music with instruments. Movies depicting living figures. Except you stay. Music using the DAF? What is the DAF? I learn all about songs and creepy stuff right now. Okay, not gonna lie though. This does slap. I'd run into battle with someone playing this in the background. The Welsh Tudor dynasty taking power in England. The Scottish Stuart dynasty inheriting the throne from the Tudors. All the while England not so happy about this. Pretty funny, don't you think? Japan obtaining something that they've always needed. The animation style from Disney. And so anime was born. Apparently this is referring to the connection between these two. The Japanese man is considered the god of manga. And he was an avid reader of Disney comics. I didn't know that. Here's them sending a letter back and forth to each other. It all makes sense now. I used to love this book series called Animorphs as a kid, but this was the single greatest installment, the Caesar of Rome turning into a Caesar salad. What could be more powerful? And what a way to just keep your name throughout history. This is never gonna go away. And big thanks, the September patrons: Max, Cooper, Majestic Unicorn, I Love Mark, Drewsasussybakachangemymind, Thick Girl, Braxton Girlfriend, Drew's Argentinian Grandpa, BringBackPolandball, AryanAfterHours, Alfonso-M6, Barnsky W, Dalton D, Send Nic, LuxembourgLover, McBlorf, Mind Brothers 999X2, Papi Druwu, Patrick C, Elijah Senpai, and Stormtrooper 501. Thank you.